Mel.
And I'm Liv. And welcome to Dare to Be Raw with Mel and Liv, episode 6, where we will be talking about addictions. We have a very special guest with us today,
Woo-hoo!
Tammy, who will share her powerful story. You don't want to miss this.
Drugs sadly have the worst stigma of all addictions. We always picture junkies, an alleyway in the streets, and that couldn't be further than the truth. Just because people cope differently doesn't give us license to judge. Addictions have the same function. They help us escape, numb, forget, feel, avoid. And just because some addictions are more life-threatening doesn't mean that we need to treat those people with any less respect and love than somebody who's dealing with food or gambling or shopping. Tammy, how did it all start for you? I know you struggled with alcoholism and you just got clean a year and 4 months ago. And that's why I wanted you to share your story, because there's hope. You know, you're just somebody who just decided to deal with it and got her done.
When I was 14 when I started, and progressively got worse as the problems arose in my life. It started like a normal teenager and just continued, you know. If I was alone, I would drink all day.
After work, you said you'd drink till you went to bed.
Yeah.
Every single night.
Yeah.
How did drinking impact you and your life, your relationships?
It impacted me a great deal because I almost kept
A shield.
a shield around me, like not to get too close to anybody because they would find out how I was. I didn't even know how to make
Have
relationships with.
You were mentioning as well the other day that you would go to work drunk from the night before still. You know, you'd have blackouts and...
Because I didn't remember what was happening the night before, I would feel anxious and guilty and shameful. Like, what did I do around my children? I was always irritable. Okay, so a funny story. I was talking to one of my sons. Whenever I first quit drinking, they were like, "Mom, you don't have a problem and you're okay." And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay."
Right.
And then after a year of being sober, they see a difference.
Yes.
Of how I feel. I feel more. I am more loving.
Yes.
I'm more there.
You're clearer. You're more compassionate. You're just more alive. Like you're actually living life. You're just not drowning in that bottle anymore. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like you're alive.
I'm alive, yes.
Yeah.
And I can feel things
Yes.
like I didn't feel. Like I would numb everything.
Yes.
I'm happy today. Like I'm really happy.
Awesome.
So I can imagine in the next 2 years how I'm going to be.
How did you finally quit and stay sober? It's one thing to quit, but it's another to actually stay sober.
Yeah, I started with AA meetings actually, and got more friends, and my family was more there for me. Like I'm just so blessed with so many good people in my life today. And another big thing is that I have Jesus in my life, and when I'm alone, I'm never alone, you know? So he helps me out.
Here are 4 tips to help you or your loved ones kick those bad habits. Tip number 1 is to get help. Support groups, AA, NA, seek professional help if needed. Just don't think you can go through this alone, because you can't.
Have accountability, have a friend. You were here for me when I needed to talk, and because of that, I didn't go back out and drink. So
Yeah, and I've had the same, where you need that person you can call at any time, at any place, and you know they'll be there for you. Because without that, you're going to run back to your default, which is whatever your coping mechanism is. So having that one go-to person is critical to any recovery. Tip number 3 is deal with your emotions and your stresses on the spot. Learn how to face uncomfortable emotions and talk through your issues when they arise, and don't wait or carry those uncomfortable emotions, because that's what causes us anxiety, and that's what causes us to have to medicate it or numb it. Or I always encourage people, and myself now, is I just talk everything through.
That's right.
On the spot.
deal
so
with
take-
your past traumas, that was a huge one for me. And if you're a person that holds everything in and you're angry and you don't let it out, it's going to ferment and you will drink.
Yes.
And that was one of the
Major.
big ones, yeah.
Yeah. We worked through a lot of stuff together, dealing with some things and praying over some things, because there's power in forgiveness. When you forgive, there's a weight that's lifted. It's like you're coming out of a inner prison. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
It's liberating.
Yeah, very freeing to be able to love and
And to
forgive
let go.
and let go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's unreal how we're not born with the tools to be able to deal with stuff like this, and sometimes we just deal with it with drinking because we don't know how.
Yeah. Or whatever your drug of choice is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to?
I had that one whenever I went to the Bible study, the part where I actually felt Jesus close to me and stuff like that, a lot around that really, it was like a miracle almost, that he touched me and woke me up. Like,
Yeah.
when your family starts to tell you that you're drinking too much and they don't want you to come to parties and you're hiding it, you know that you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And I think that's the biggest issue, is admitting or knowing we have a problem. We're blinded to it. I think that's the hardest part is, okay, once you can admit, half the battle is there.
that's
you know?
a good point.
And then once you admit it, it's choosing the other side rather than going back to what you know, the ease or the comfort of going back to that thing. And you have to make that choice every single day, every single hour, sometimes every single minute. Like, it's a legit battle. I admire and I applaud anyone, and you today, I honor you, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Just for having gone through what you did and just sticking with it. You know?
Yay!
It's amazing. It's amazing. You are a miracle. Knowing where you came from and
Yeah, exactly. And that's the biggest thing, folks. Figuring out, am I an alcoholic?
Yeah.
It took me the longest time. There's that little thing saying, nah, you're all right. You got this. No, I wasn't.
yeah.
I wasn't okay. You really have to look deep inside of you because you don't want to spend the rest of your life.
As a slave to it, because if you don't take control over it, it will take control over you.
Exactly.
You become completely powerless over it, and there's no worse feeling in the world. Then all you can think about is, okay, when's my next drink? You know, whatever. Just that constant nagging, and it doesn't. We're talking alcoholism because it's your story. It can be anything.
Absolutely.
You know, whatever your mind is constantly going back to, whether it's food or sex or porn or whatever, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's just it just wears a different hat. So
Exactly, yeah. Because when I quit drinking, I started eating.
right.
So I had to battle that. I'm here, so that's
Yes.
a good thing.
You're happy and you're healthy and you're whole.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nothing more beautiful than that, you know.
Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm
Yeah.
not forced smiling, you know.
Right. Right.
If I can do it, so can you.
There you go.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and our special guests here. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Bye. Okay.
I was about to do. Bye!